Gentlemen, sorry to keep you waiting, and we are back in action here. This is the Princeton Pong Open Semifinals event. I have Mishel Levinski up against Aditiya Sareen. Adi, the underdog, taking on the #1 seed, Mishel Levinski. Now, Adi is no slouch, but this is going to be an uphill battle for him. Mishel Levinski, probably the best reverse pendulum service in the country. Now, Adi's going to need to show us some magic here. Going to need to stay active on his foot. Keep a close eye to the real estate at the table, and can't be giving up too much space because Mishel makes extremely good use of space. Adi, heavy on the underspin service though, and a player of the caliber of Michel's should be used to that kind of high quality service. Puts it in the net. That being said, did you guys see that backhand rip from Adi? Michel's going to need to show a little bit more respect for Adi here. Attempts to go for the fadeaway, inside out forehand. Mishel, of course, is a lefty, so a bit of an inverse equation for Adi. Got to solve. Oh man, unbelievable backhand from Adi there. The cross court, he is looking so comfortable. Very Fen Jindong-esque. Sits down, making great use of his legs, building power from the ground. And yet another service error. The service receive has been quite troublesome, and I think Mishel has all but given up on this first one here. That being said, it's not over till the fat lady sings, and I do not see any in sight. That being said, I do see a young Aditiya Sareen with 7 game points and a very troubled Mishel Levinski. And that does it. Aditiya Sareen closes out the first game against Mishel Levinski, and he's going to need as much of a head start as he could get here. This is his time to shine, and this game and match is for the taking. Not before Mishel has something to say about it, though. Now let's see what kind of adjustments Mishel ends up making. They're giving too many loose balls to Adi's backhand, especially away from the table. He's got to keep the pace up. Any ball that comes at a medium or slow pace, Adi's just going to rip it through. 1-0 Adi. 11-4, I think. Ball clips the top of the net. Adi still attempts to go for it, but hits the net. High toss serve, heavy on the underspin. Almost clips the net again. And Mishel with a quick 2-point lead in the second game here. Reverse pendulum service, well received by Adi. Mishel pretty much knows what he's going to be getting off of the receives from Adi here, so Adi's going to be always playing a little bit of a second fiddle with somebody as Mishel, who has such well-practiced service. Oh, the ball clips the top of the net. It rolls back. Mishel goes for the dive. However, not quite able to make it in time. Bit of a dead ball there. I mean, it had some underspin, but I'm sure he could load up much more underspin than that. So perhaps trying to get an easy ball for the opening attack. A 2-3 scoreline. Adi whiffs, perhaps distracted by the ball in the background. Mishel sets up his balls perfectly, moving Adi around, waiting for his chance, biding his time, not just going all out for the power, but setting up a winning shot. And good angle there from Mishel. Wide to Adi's forehand. Such an awkward angle, not one that you receive a lot. Coming right off the bounce off of a backhand with such a setup of a lefty player. Adi's father and coach tell him to focus up. Gotta stay focused. And winning a point right off the service there. That's 3 so far, 3 service ace, and man, another one. The variation of service from Adi has been incredible so far. 4 points won right off the serve. The backhand counter comes across like a rocket. And Adi, seemingly out of nowhere, just brings the game back. A 1-point sum, a 6-5 scoreline. And the lead has almost dissipated, but Mishel holds on to it. A 2-point deficit now for Adi. The service choice, I'm sure, is going to be the same. But hey, he might want to change it up here since Michel's going to be going for some softer touch. Maybe go for some topspin. Go for something a little bit more dead. Attempts to go for the second backhand rip. However, it just lands in the middle of the net there. An 8-6 scoreline, and Mishel holding on for dear life with those 2-point lead. Fantastic stuff. Adi notices that he's getting trapped in Michel's pace, goes for the counter backhand hit, and steps around, takes the forehand down the line. A great combo from Adi. And Mishel not letting up off the gas. Adi now trailing with 2 points. High toss serve, heavy on the underspin, side under. Let ball. Once more, let's see. High toss, under, short push, quality is a little too high, and Adi nets the ball. Can't be getting cute with the short game, Adi. Just do what you do. Do what you do, my guy. You got those loops, you got great footwork. Put that footwork to good use, man. Now, 1 game each. Mishel was looking like he was in a little bit of trouble there. That being said, it is a tied scoreline at the moment. Now, if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, make sure you give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and maybe give us a follow on Twitch. We are here every month. So always be on the lookout for the Princeton Pong tournament videos. All right. Adi, not liking the body language. Got to keep it positive. Keep your head up, young man. Put in a lot of work for this game. And Your hard work shows. A great save there by Adi. The ball was completely misread, but he fights to keep himself in the point and actually gets the point. Now, once again, misreading the service or not quite sure how to go about receiving it. Great control from Adi there. Mishel goes for the opening loop, but it sits a little too high, has too much safety on it, and too spinny. Adi just counters, breaks right through the ball. Adi pauses the point. Don't want any funny business here. The short push comes high. Mishel somehow gets that ball over the net. That is probably the most awkward, I don't even know if you call that a loop, I've seen today. Changing up the dimensions of the service. Mishel now serving a little bit from the middle of the table. Adi able to get that ball over the net as well. Man, these guys are keeping the ball so tight in the short game. The serve comes a little bit floaty to Adi's middle. Steps around, tries to go for the opening loop, however, not quite able to get the angle on it. And the ball goes out. 3-all scoreline. Adi to serve. High toss. Looked like underspin. Adi playing the fishing game away from the table. And not quite sure what Mishel is upset about. That being said, back at it again. Opening loop. The ball kind of slips off of Adi's paddle there. I think we may be having some humidity issues from both players. Make sure that the ball is dried off well. Mishel perhaps a little frazzled there. Opted to go for a power shot when he didn't quite have the angle on it. But hey, I'm not the 25-67 rated player here. And Adi is pinned in that backhand corner. Relentless attacks on Mishel. Man, instead goes for the float serve, and Mishel falls for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Now with a 1-point lead. I imagine heavy on the underspin here, and man, the quality of service from Adi. Such great service selection. That might just be what ends up making the difference here. Oh, the ball hits the edge of the table, barely. That was Adi's point to win. But Mishel, luck is a skill, and sometimes you take your points where you could get them. Can't look a gift horse in the mouth, can't look an Itaku ball in the eyes. We just take those points. Once again, a great service from Adi. Underspin nets it again and again and again. And guys, this is a 2,500 rated player. 2567, almost 2,600. So The touch game on this man is incredible. He's received hundreds of thousands of services, which just speaks to the level of quality on Adi's service. The serve from Adi there was drifting a bit long, not quite able to get the correct shot. Should have opened there. Fixes it. Takes the ball cross court with the backhand. Adi attempts to go for quite a risky shot. Parallel forehand counter. Too much timing and technique and things going there. And Adi is not hitting miraculous shots, but he is hitting the shots that he needs to hit, and that puts him with game point. Adi, 10-9 scoreline, has the service. You got to be wondering, does he put heavy under, or does he send a float serve like he has? Changes it up. Honestly, may have been a little too easy of a read for Mishel. I would have liked him to just, double down, triple down, and go for that heavy underspin service. That's been working so far, and Mishel is getting fired up here. And Adi cannot let Mishel build up steam here. Cannot build up confidence. Has to put a stop to the momentum right here. Gets the opening loop. The follow-up, Mishel gets on top of the ball, counters it, cross court, and that is it. Mishel closes out the second game on his side to Adi's 1. A 1-2 score line. And we are moving on to our fourth game of the match. Extremely back and forth. That was Adi's game to win. He had the game point, not quite able to seal the deal, and Mishel has been looking so good in the clutch as of recent throughout this whole tournament today. He was on the ropes when he was playing against Alex Averin. Down a 9-10 scoreline, goes for an incredibly confident shot selection, followed by an incredibly dangerous serve, and able to in-shot the game against Alex Averin. But he's not playing against Alex Averin right now. He's playing against Aditiya Sareen, and Adi, you're going to have to come up with some solutions for Michel's questions. And the question appears to be, can you hold on through this wild ride? The opening loop from Mishel comes with such a thin and fine contact. You gotta get just the right amount of pressure and touch while returning, or else that ball is gonna zip away and fly across the room. That being said, 1-3 scoreline, 2-point deficit. Might be looking at a timeout right here. Indeed, we get a call of a timeout. Mishel up a 4-1 scoreline. Now we get a 60-second timeout. Adi has to recompose, figure out his thought process, get himself back in the game. Looking a little bit frazzled there, and guys, I mentioned it at the beginning of the match, he's got to make sure to control the real estate. He's given up way too much space. And for a guy like Mishel to have that much space to work with, he's going to make use of those angles. Gets the timing on that. Adi roars with a thunderous cheer. Mishel now 2 points lead. reverse pendulum serve, middle of the table with the underspin. Adi takes the ball down the line with a parallel forehand. Close down the gap even more. Mishel switches it up, moves away from the table. Couldn't quite see if that ball landed inside or not. I'm going to go ahead and assume it did not and give the point to Adi here. 4-all score line. A fantastic rally. Backhand from Mishel. Sinks into the bottom of the net, and Adi somehow able to reverse this match. He's been having such low success rate on those parallel forehand balls away from the table. I don't think that's the right shot to be going for here. That being said, he may be getting desperate.
That's it.
A 6-5 scoreline, and this is as neck and neck as it gets, guys. And that's that shot that Adi wants. He's not been able to get it. Mishel says, here, I could do it, and I could do it better. Calm down, Mishel. You still got to give Adi his respect. You're not going to be able to loop his balls right off the bounce. Ooh, such thin contact. Keeps the ball incredibly short. Ties it up once again. Mishel now with his trademark reverse pendulum service. And it seems like the frustration coming off of Adi there, almost like he knew what kind of service was coming, but still was not able to return it. He was ready for that. Okay. All right. It looks like, yeah, that was kind of a bit of a half-hearted loop there. Not really sure what was going on, but the ball sits up in the air. Adi smashes it. Adi attempts to get the forehand counter off the bounce, but Mishel too fast, too quick, too powerful. Adi with a 2-point deficit now, a 7-9 scoreline, and he's got to pull something here. The strawberry comes out. Oh, I'm sorry. It was actually Michel's point. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes it. Mishel Levinski is your Princeton Pong October Open semifinals winner. And he moves on to the final. And I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there, guys. Once the second match gets set up, I will be restarting the stream. Don't go anywhere. Refresh your pages. I'll be giving you all